15 signs you are a prophet. Sign number 1, God reveals things to you. Things that have happened, things that are happening, or even things that will happen. Amos 3 verse 7 declares, surely the Lord does nothing unless he reveals it to his servant, the prophet. Sign number 2, you are constantly receiving confirmations from different men and women of God concerning the prophetic calling that is upon your life. Every time you see a prophet or a prophetess, they always tell you that you are called to be a prophet. Amos 7:14 declares, I was not a prophet, neither a son of a prophet, but I was a herdsman, a gatherer of sycamore fruit. But the Lord called me to be his prophet. Sign number 3, you love prophets, or you love the prophetic. You are just drawn to the prophetic. And that is because 1 Corinthians 14:32 declares that the spirit of prophets is subject to another prophet. Sign number 4, sin and wickedness, or rather oppression, troubles you. You can't tolerate evil. You are easily grieved by injustice. As a matter of fact, you hate sin. Sign number 5, you are constantly experiencing what we call in the prophetic recognition, also known as deja vu. This is where you see people, moments, or even events, and you feel like you have seen them before. Sign number 6, you like to be alone. You are a loner. And that is because prophets and seers are loners, not lonely, but you love to be alone. You love to draw yourself or to withdraw from people. Moses did it. Elijah did it. Jesus did it. As a matter of fact, you have hunger for solitary retreat. Sign number 7, you always feel isolated, but don't know why. And that is because isolation is a mother of greatness. Every great prophet, every great prophetess is and was isolated by God. And you see that in 1 Kings chapter 17. Sign number 8, you are a dreamer. You hear God in dreams. And that is because Numbers 12 verse 6 declares, if there is a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and I will speak to him in a dream. Sign number 9, you have a praying spirit. You are an intercessor. You love praying for others. And that is because Ezekiel chapter 22 verses 30 declares that I looked for a man who would stand in a gap, but I found none. So you are always compelled to stand in the gap. Sign number 10, it hurts you when something happens and you did not know about it, whether good or bad. You feel like you should have known. And sometimes you feel like God was actually telling you about that very thing, but you were not paying attention. Sign number 11, word of knowledge. You seem to know things that people did not tell you about. And sometimes you can even feel what somebody is feeling. I'm talking about feeling it in your body. A person can stand next to you having a headache. A person can stand next to you having a back pain. And all of a sudden, you will feel what they are feeling. Sign number 12, you are a man or a woman of faith. And that is because Romans 12 verse 6 declares that as we prophesy in and by faith. So you are a man or a woman of faith. Where others are seeing a dead end, you are seeing a breakthrough. Where others are not seeing a way out, you are actually seeing a way out. Sign number 13. You believe in miracles. You believe in the impossible. You actually believe that anything is possible. Sign number 14. This is very powerful, and please pay attention to this. You can easily shift from confidence to fear. Not because God has given you the spirit of fear, but because God is reminding you that you are still human. And we see that in the book of Samuel, when Samuel himself, according to the Bible, said, none of his words ever fell down to the ground. When Israel rejected Samuel, God said to Samuel, they did not just reject you, but they rejected me. But the same Samuel, when God told him, go and anoint David, he said what? I am afraid. I am afraid of Saul. And not only that, we see also Elijah, who in the book of 1 Kings chapter 18, and you read verses 37, he called fire from heaven when he challenged the prophets of Baal. He went straight to Ahab and commanded him to return Israel back to God. But the same Elijah runs away from Jezebel. I mean, he called fire. I mean, he was so powerful. Why? It's because people who are in the prophetic office can easily move from confidence to fear, not because they have the spirit of fear. I will give you another example. When you look at Elisha in the Bible, in the book of 2 Kings, and you read chapter 2 and verses 24, he cursed children that were mocking him, and 2 bears came, ate them. He was a powerful prophet. But in the same book of 2 Kings chapter 6, and you read, I believe it's verse 32, he says to the elders, there is a son of a murderer who's coming for his head, who's coming to kill him, and they must hold the door and make sure that he, the murderer, does not come in to murder him. So you will see a prophet here who has an ability to command nature, to command animals to fight on his behalf or to do what he wants them to do. But at the same time, we see him being worried about somebody coming to kill him. And that is because people who are in the prophetic office, hence I said this is important, can easily move from confidence to fear. John was a prophet. He declared that Jesus was the Son of God and Jesus is greater than him. But when he was now in prison, he sent his disciples to ask if Jesus is really the Messiah. And that was because he expected Jesus to come and deliver him from prison. So he was once confident that Jesus was and is the Son of God. But when he was now in prison, he was shaken. Sign number 15. Your predictions come to pass. Each time you say something, it comes to pass. Each time you declare something, it comes to pass. 2 Kings chapter 4, we see Elisha talking to a woman, telling her that next year, according to the time of life, she will be having a child. And the Bible declares that it was so according to the word of Elisha. So he spoke, and it came to pass, just as he had predicted. I know I had said 15 signs, but I will give you one more. Sign number 16. You are always pushed to talk. You are not a pretender. You are not somebody who compromises. When something is happening and it is not right, your spirit will push you to talk. And sometimes you will try your best to avoid saying a word, but you'll find yourself involved. And not because you want to be involved, but because you are pushed to talk or to address a matter. Sign number 17. You prove things with power. Remember Elijah? When he challenged the prophets of Baal, he said, we will see today who God is, who the real God is. And he went further and said, the one who shall answer by fire. Prophets love proving things with power. And of course, not only that, Jesus himself in the book of John chapter 11, I believe it's verse 41 going to 43, Jesus said to God when he was praying, God, do it so that the people who are watching, the people that are here will know that you have sent me. So prophets don't love just talking, but love demonstrating the power of God. They love proving the existence of God, the excellence of God. Sign number 18. You delight in God's burden. Sign number 19. You are full of love and strict at the same time. Sign number 20. You love God's presence.